Hi, my name is Lily, and today I will be going over with you what a comma is and how to use it. So let's dive right in. What are commas used for? Well, while speaking, commas are used to indicate a pause in a sentence. So how exactly are commas used in these sentences? Well, there are 5 main rules, all of which I will be discussing with you today. Rule number 1. A comma should be used when 2 independent clauses are connected by a coordinating conjunction. A coordinating conjunction includes words like but, so, and, yet, and more. So our example sentence here is the girl really enjoyed being with her mother, but her mother was busy quite often. In this case, the coordinating conjunction is the word but, so the comma would precede this word. Our second rule is a comma separates items in a list. Our example here is Joan bought apples, chips, bread, ice cream, and a book at the grocery store. Here we can see the comma separates the items she bought at the grocery store from the apples, chips, bread, ice cream, and a book. Rule number 3 is use a comma after a phrase or clause that introduces information. So our example sentence here is, since Joe drank the expired milk, his stomach wasn't feeling well. Here the introductory phrase is since Joe drank the expired milk. So the comma would go after this phrase. Rule number 4. When there is a parenthetical phrase, use a comma before and after. Here, our example is Camille, Laura's mother, was an active participant in the running club. The parenthetical phrase here, in this case, is Laura's mother. So the comma would go before and after the phrase Laura's mother. Okay, our last rule for today is when writing a quotation, use a comma when a verb is being used to introduce a quote or a speech. Our example is from a book. It says, Wilbur says, comma, it's not often that someone comes along who's a true friend and a good writer, White 184. The comma goes after the word says because says is the verb being used to introduce the quote. Okay, let's do some practice. Here's our first example. After Johnny lost his pen, he wasn't able to write any notes. Where do you think the comma will be going? Take a second to think. Okay, so the comma goes after the word pen because in this case, the introductory phrase is after Johnny lost his pen. So the comma would go after that. Okay, let's move on. Here's another sentence. Jordan, a band member, went to practice music twice a week. Think about where the pauses would go in the sentence to make it more clear and easy to understand. Okay, so think about that for a second and let's see the answer. Here the commas would go after the word Jordan and after the word member because the word or the phrase a band member is a parenthetical phrase. So Jordan, a band member, went to practice music twice a week. Next. Tommy wanted to eat ice cream, so he asked his mom if she could buy some for him. Take a second to think about this one. Okay, are you ready for the answer? Here the comma goes after the word ice cream because the word so is a coordinating conjunction, so the comma needs to precede it. So we have the answer, Tommy wanted to eat ice cream, so he asked his mom if she could buy some for him. Okay. Where do you think the comma goes here? Amanda asked, what is your favorite color? And the answer is, Amanda asked, comma, what is your favorite color? Because the word asked is a verb, and since it's being used to introduce a quote or speech, the comma needs to go after the verb. Okay, time for our last practice question. Joanna liked to buy pencils, pens, erasers, and crayons for school. Where do you think the commas are going to go here? Think about where it makes more sense to pause to more eloquently explain the sentence. Okay, here's the answer. Joanna liked to buy pencils, comma, pens, comma, erasers, comma, and crayons for school. Because this is a list, the commas need to go after each item in the list except for the last one. Okay, it's time to wrap it all up. Commas are used to indicate a pause in the sentence to indicate the separation of words and phrases. This is mostly to make the sentence or text more easy to understand. There are 5 main scenarios where a comma should be used. These are the 5 rules. 1. When two independent clauses are connected by a coordinated conjunction, including words such as but, so, and, yet, and more. Number 2. When you're using a comma to separate items in a list. Number 3. After a phrase or clause that introduces information. Number 4. Before and after a parenthetical phrase. And finally, number 5. When a verb is being used to introduce a quote. Okay, that's all for us today. Thank you so much for watching, and leave any questions in the comments below. If you really enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. It would mean a lot to us. Thank you for watching and have a great day.